Are you new to creating social media content for your small business or workplace and you need some help? Well, I'm going to share some basic social media content creation tips with examples from the movie The Craft. Happy Halloween! Welcome to the last spooky edition of Coffee with Me, Myself, and Ivy, where I give professionals and entrepreneurs social media tips, communication industry best practices with pop culture examples. Before I share social media content creation tips with examples from The Craft, let's start off with a motivational quote. Magic is believing in yourself. If you can do that, you can make anything happen. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. So you're probably wondering, why am I covering another 90s movie? Well, I was going to do Hulu's Monsterland, and it was a little bit too dark and too deep. I also was going to do Hulu's Bad Hair. And let's just say it was bad in a good way, but I'm not going to do that to you. So we're going to talk about The Craft that was released in 1996. So The Craft is about a teenager named Sarah that just transferred to an LA school where she eventually connects with 3 wannabe witches that actually needed a 4th witch to do some rituals. Lord help us. Sarah fits in perfectly with these girls and they get powers, but then eventually somebody gets a little power hungry and that's when all the problems start. Yeah, Nancy crazy. I must add, this movie features some of my favorite 90s actresses, Neve Campbell and Rachel True. If both of those actresses were in a 90s movie, it was a good movie. Like, come on, Neve Campbell, Scream, come on. Another interesting thing about The Craft, the reboot is actually being released, I think, today, and it's called The Craft Legacy. So good luck, I hope it's good. With all the magic happening in The Craft, it inspired me to create some social media content creation tips for you. As always, if you want some more advanced tips, I'm going to leave some helpful articles in the description below. Tip 1, brainstorm the content that you already have. So for example, in The Craft, before Sarah came to that high school, those 3 witches had to use their current friend group to try to do rituals. They did not wait for Sarah to get there. They didn't wait for their 4th. They just started with what they currently have. So use what you already have to create your social media content. That can include your website content. Is there company news happening that you can share on the social media account? Is there a promotion or plan or marketing goal that you're pushing right now to solve some business objective? Use these things and create content to share on the social media accounts. Also, I know if you're a business owner or you're just new to doing social media tasks, you may be very busy. So you may not have the time to be like, okay, what's on the website? What's something happening with the company? What's something that we're trying to push to our publics at the moment? Another easy thing that you can do, share what your community partners are doing. If you partner with another business or organization and they have social media channels and they posted something recently, share it on your account. You can even add a comment about the content that you're sharing. Or if you're in a certain industry, you can always share industry related news on the social media channel. Tip 2, plan the content. Format the content, schedule the content. I know those could be separate tips, and I know you may have heard me say these things before, but trust me on this. This will just help you have an easier content creation flow. In The Craft, there's always one ritual that pops in my head that seems very planned out. Now again, this movie came out in 96. It's not a movie I watch all the time, but I remember this ritual to the T. These young ladies were going to the beach and they brought different things with them. I believe they were animals. Now, if you're planning a ritual on the beach at night by a campfire, bringing animals, I doubt it was like, oh, we're meeting up, let me go to the pet store real quick. No, you have to plan out which animal you're going to choose. Do the same thing. Plan what content you're planning to share. Like, sit down, even if it's for an hour, or you can dedicate a day, but sit down and just plan the content that you plan to share for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. Now that you're planning the content that you're going to share, format the content to fit the social media channel that it will be posted on. I brought this up before, but it's a mistake I see all the time. So you got the content, let's format it so it can fit the social media channel properly. Let me know if you want me to go over what suggested characters you're supposed to post on Facebook versus Twitter, Instagram, etc. Next, schedule it. I know it's tempting to be like, okay, I know what I'm going to post. I formatted it. I added the hashtags, all that. Now I'm gonna post it now. No, no, no. There are free scheduling tools. Schedule the content, schedule it, and then go to your other job duties. Because I know you got other things to do. I mentioned in a different video of the different scheduling tools tool options. So definitely check them out because, of course, Facebook has a free creator studio. Twitter has TweetDeck. And I just learned this recently. Facebook Creator Studio, since Facebook owns Instagram, you can attach your business Instagram to your Facebook business page. And Facebook Creator Studio will allow you to schedule content for Instagram from that platform. So needless to say, if you need to save time on dealing with social media, you now for sure have free scheduling tools. Facebook Creator Studio that can schedule content on both Facebook and Instagram, and Twitter's TweetDeck to schedule content ahead of time so you can go do other things. So please plan the content, format the content, then schedule it. And also, though I may mention all the free tools, make sure you check out Hootsuite or Buffer. Those are the two that I have used in the past if you're willing to pay some money. Tip 3, use customer feedback to create more content. Another big mistake I see all the time is people just create content, but you don't know if your audience will actually engage with it. When the witches gain powers in the craft, they use their magic to make their life better based on outside opinion. Do the same thing when it comes to your social media content. Pay attention to your customers' feedback before you make social media content. For example, if you have a customer service database, find out what questions are your customers mainly asking, or what's the complaints, or what's the compliment. Pay attention to those things and create social media content off of that data. Or pay attention to your social media analytics. I have mentioned this in the past, but it kind of applies to this as well. Pay attention to what content your customer interacts with, what time they interact with it, do they actually like it, share it. Pay attention to their feedback before you create social media content. There have been many days where I'm like, what am I going to post? And then I went to my jobs customer service database and I'm like, oh, they're mainly asking questions about this. So I'm going to create content about this since that's one of their main customer inquiries. So do the same thing. Pay attention to your customer feedback. If they're engaging with certain content, what are their main concerns, inquiries, or compliments or complaints? Take that information and make social media content. Bonus tip, please, 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 please. Please use quality visuals to go with your social media copy. It makes a difference, trust me. I may mention this in the past, but this kind of goes with your content. If you're gonna pay attention to what content you're creating, you need to pay attention to the visual that goes with it and make sure it's a quality visual. A mistake I see all the time is people may take a screenshot of a PDF or a Word document and attach it to go with their social media copy. Or try to attach a PDF itself, and we all know you're not supposed to do that because your social media channels will only allow a JPEG, a GIF, a PNG, and a video. Do not try to attach a PDF to your social media content, and do not try to attach a screenshot of it, because I see this mistake often. I see people screenshotting flyers when really, if you really want a quality flyer to go with social media content, you can ask whoever made the flyer, hey, can you convert this to a size for Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, etc. Can you do that? When you create social media content, I know you care about the words, but please attach a quality visual to go with it. I know you may be rushed for time, so maybe that's why we said plan, format, schedule. But while you're planning, formatting, and scheduling, make sure you have a quality visual to accompany the social media copy. Because woo child, I've seen too many PDFs, too many Word documents. It looks unprofessional when you do that. So please, please, please have a quality visual to go with the social media copy. Thank you for watching the last spooky edition of Coffee with Me, Myself, and Ivy. Please leave a comment below if you want more content creation tips. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and join me every week for social media tips, communication industry best practices with pop culture examples. Remember, keep your peace.